How's that six pack coming?
You're gonna show them this?
Happy day, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. I hope your day's been wonderful. Stella's could be better as of right now. She's whining. I bet she wants to go outside and play. So I'm gonna do that in a minute. But I don't have a whole lot going on today. It's really just kind of a chill work day. I've got to do a bunch of editing. I did the vlog already, which is good. Getting back on track with that. But I've got a lot to do for Men Try because yesterday, I guess Mabel wants to go outside and play too. Yesterday we had computer issues and so I'm a day behind with everything. So I'm gonna take today to get caught up on things, and since I'm gonna be home, I'm gonna show you guys what I eat in a day for the most part. And this is like, it varies day to day, but it'll give you kind of a good idea of what I eat. So for breakfast, I had an omelet / scrambled eggs. It wasn't like, I don't even know what to call it. Eggs, I'll just call it eggs. What I did is I cut up maybe like a quarter of an onion, sliced it all up, put it in the pan, started cooking it. Then I threw like a handful of spinach on there, let that wilt a little bit, and I just scrambled up 2 eggs and 2 egg whites and put it on there, and I just cook it from there with some salt, pepper, garlic powder. Just super basic. Super easy, really yummy, really healthy. I like to add a lot of flavor to my food, so I topped it with sriracha. Yeah, it was sriracha and ketchup. I don't like bland food, like that's boring, so I really like to spice my food up when I can. And sauces are a really good way to go, but be careful, a lot of them have a lot of sugars in them. This is new, you guys, look what I did. So it's not finished yet. This is just kind of like, hey, this is gonna go here. This is kind of my idea. I need to print something out for it to make it look a little bit nicer. I'll probably print out something that fits in there that like has on the top, it's got meal plans, or probably not meal plans, actually. I don't know, what do you guys think about like Bon Appetit or like what's on the menu? I actually kind of like that, what's on the menu. And then I'll just have space to write it out each week. And that actually is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, because it really does help plan out your meals when you just are kind of forced to write it in. Cuts down on grocery budget, because I was terrible at that this month. And Austin really likes to know what's for dinner too, so that's a good way for him to know. I need to clean my kitchen because it helps me stay on track, for one, but number two, like, I'm gonna show you guys for a split second my kitchen, just real quick. Boom! Yeah, it's a wreck. It's terrible. I need to clean it like ASAP before I even start Men Try videos. Not perfect, but it'll do. And I wanted to show you the next thing I'm gonna eat. It's been like roughly 2 hours since I ate. I'm hungry again. I snack throughout the day. That's just how I am. And working from home is just, I mean, it makes it easy to do that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I snack a lot. Peanut butter and celery. One of my go-to snacks because it's a good option. It's healthy, you get protein, you get some fat, and you get some veggies. Like, what can go wrong? Actually, don't eat too much peanut butter. That's where you can go wrong, and that's where I go wrong. Sometimes. I always go for a peanut butter that is simply peanuts and salt. And that's it. Sometimes they have like a couple little, like, what does this have? 2% or less of vegetable monoglycerides. Whatever that is, I just make sure that it doesn't have any added sugar. Obviously it's not as sweet, but it's better for you. I try to cut back on added sugar wherever I can. Unless, like the other night where I went and had a McFlurry. When I can, when I'm doing my regular eating, I try to cut back on added sugar. There it is, that's kind of how I do it. Honestly, it looks like there's more on there than there actually is. I don't measure out my food anymore. I did when I was counting macros, but I feel like when I counted macros for that amount of time, I kind of learned how much of things I should have. I honestly typically eat peanut butter like out of the jar. I'll just take some and spread it on there. But for the sake of showing you guys, here it is this time. So a bunch of you guys asked me to make like a video of what I eat in a day. And along those same lines, a lot of friends or viewers or whoever sometimes ask me like, well, what's a healthy food for me to eat? What are healthy like meal ideas or healthy snack ideas? Aside from vegetables, there's really not one certain thing that like I could tell you that's healthy. So that's a really tricky question, I feel, just because being healthy is moderation. Like, it's all about moderation and it's all about balancing what you eat. So peanut butter in moderation can be healthy. It can be a good food. But as soon as you start having excess peanut butter, it's a very calorie dense food and it's high in fat, and too much of it is not good. Same goes for bread or carbs or even certain fruits. Like bananas are a high carb, high starch food. If you eat too many bananas, it's not gonna be healthy. Although, you know, you never hear anyone getting fat from eating too much fruit. You know, that's a quote, that's a saying. I like to believe that holds true, but you don't see people going around eating a ton of bananas every day. It's just not something you do. Everything in moderation is what I try to remind myself all the time. If I need something sweet to eat, moderation, moderation, moderation. So there's my input. I don't know, like I'm no professional. I didn't go to school for this. I just have read a lot and gained knowledge. Really what it is I've picked out things that work for me, and hopefully they might work for some of you guys. I forgot to add, it's really good with cinnamon sprinkled on top too. Yummy, yummy. You guys, today's vlog is a little bit difficult because, can you see this? We broke our mic. Well, I can't say we, it was me. I set it in the car wrong or something and it just tipped over and it snapped off. Luckily there's a warranty on it and we can send it back. But I'm still a little hungry. I don't know what it is today. I feel like I'm just hungrier than normal. And I think it's because I had a hard leg day yesterday. I've been learning to listen to my body when I eat. Like if I'm hungry, I'll eat something. Like doesn't matter what time of day it is. If I'm getting hungry, I run a severe risk of getting hangry, and that's never a good thing. So I feed myself when I'm hungry. This, I know it looks really weird right now. I haven't mixed it up. This is called kefir. It's a fermented yogurt drink. It sounds really weird. Honestly, it's not for everyone. I've learned to love it. If you don't like Greek yogurt, don't even give it a try. You won't like it, but it is really good for you. I learned about this when I was doing all my like gut health stuff. I'm still kind of sticking to it because honestly, it's done wonders for my belly. Like I feel so much better than I used to. But it's a fermented yogurt drink. Fermented foods are good for your gut, good for your intestinal health, and it's got live and active cultures, so good probiotics for your belly. I'll normally have this with a snack or like at the end of the day if I want something a little bit sweet, because I add cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves to it, and it's just like a nice thick yogurt drink. It's really yummy. Well, at least to me, not for everyone. Oh, what are you sniffing, huh? Go get Mate. Go get her. Well, I laid down for a quick nap and got up 3 hours later. I don't know what it is lately, guys. I've been feeling tired and sluggish and just not myself. And I've talked to Austin's sister and my friend Amber about it too, and they've been saying like similar things. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but it's been weird. The past week or so, I've laid down for like 20 minutes and never even fell asleep, and I feel refreshed after that. I don't know what it is that knocked me out for 3 hours. It did not feel like that. Sometimes when that happens, like I realize that I really probably needed it. Third meal of the day, and I call it a meal just because, I mean, I eat like 4 to 6 times a day. Like half a cucumber sliced up, 2 hard-boiled eggs. I'm gonna have that cucumber with some peanut sauce. Really good. It's been one of my favorites for dipping in vegetables. It's really good with sugar snap peas too. Really good. And an orange. Had I not slept for 3 hours, I probably would have had something a little bit different for lunchtime. But also I ran out of salad in my fridge, which I didn't realize until just now. So I typically do like a big leafy green salad with like chopped up celery and cucumber and whatever other veggie I have. So this is perfectly fine. Like this, I'm perfectly happy eating this. Austin is not the same. He would go crazy if I made him meals like this. And one of you guys mentioned in the comments that I'm not eating a lot of like carbs or grains or starches. And that's because I've been focusing on my gut health and trying to figure out what is wrong with it. I've been cutting out almost all foods like that. Every once in a while I'll like snack on a couple chips or like, oh, this morning I forgot to tell you guys I had like a triangle and a half of waffles that we still had left over in the fridge just because I was still hungry after breakfast. And that seemed to be okay for my stomach. So I still don't know exactly what it is, but certain foods just do not agree with my stomach. They make me feel bloated and just awful. So while I'm still trying to figure out that, I'm going to fruit as my source of like carbs or sugar or energy. And it's been really great for me. And like I said before, what works for me might not work for anyone else. I know Austin, he absolutely needs carbs or sugar or like grains. He needs them to function right because he has hypoglycemia. But I just function better without them. I feel like if I eat too many carbs or grains specifically, grains or sugar in a day, I'll wake up the next morning and I feel like I'm hungover. It's the weirdest thing. How's that six-pack coming?
You're gonna show him this?
I just told him that today I'm doing like what I eat in a day, but it was T-Mobile Tuesday and there was free pizza. So, I mean, we don't turn down free food when we get it.
Especially free pizza.
Especially free pizza.
You guys can't see this, but the mic is literally hanging on by a string.
I showed them it earlier in the mirror. It's just hanging on barely. We gotta fix it before tomorrow because we're doing a big men try video. However, yes, we have pizza for dinner. No, I'm not having any. It looks so good and it smells so good and I so badly want some, but I know it'll make me feel like crap.
Here, I'll
so
have your
instead,
piece.
you have my piece. I'm making some chicken just on the stove. That's the easiest way for me to cook it. I like cooking it that way. Actually, I really like grilled too. But I'm cooking a spaghetti squash in the oven and I'm gonna like eat it like spaghetti with spaghetti sauce. Spaghetti squash with spaghetti sauce. Maple, watch out, this is hot and heavy. Can you give me one of those oven mitts, babe, so I can set it down? So this is spaghetti squash. It's not like spaghetti, so don't eat it and think that it's gonna be spaghetti, because it's totally like, it's a substitute, okay? It's a substitute. But once you like have a lot of veggies, I think it's really good. I love veggies. I'm just gonna top it off with sauce, with onion in it. Have some good chicken on there. And it's gonna be almost just as good as that pizza. And babe, guess what? It'll help you on your way to your six-pack.
Yeah! So is this.
I was in bed. I totally forgot I didn't sign out tonight. We had a 3-hour men try powwow today. It was a long one, but we had a lot of stuff to go over. Lots of exciting news coming, so I'm not even mad that I'm up late tonight, but I did have another bowl of that spaghetti squash. Pretty good sized bowl. Like it was definitely a filling snack. I'm almost regretting it. But I'm glad I was able to show you guys what like I eat throughout the day. I feel like it was eye-opening for me too. I almost feel like I didn't eat enough today, but every day is different. You know, some days you eat more, some days you eat less. And now that I'm not really tracking, that just tends to happen. If you guys want to see another one in the future, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to show you, especially when my fridge is more full of stuff that I would normally eat. But this has been fun and it was really kind of great today because I had to stick around the house and get a lot of stuff done. And a 3-hour nap. I hope you guys enjoyed this and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.